Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Friday, number 6th day for the month of May 2022. My name na Capo Daniel, the Deputy Defense Chief of the Ambazonian Governing Council, aka Sense Pass King, una own countryman. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una meaningful information, where they help we for navigate this journey to our freedom, the independence of Ambazonia. Fellow people of the British Southern Cameroons, citizens of Ambazonia. It had been 6 years ago since the people of the former British Southern Cameroons, now Ambazonia, then rise up with one voice, them say enough is enough. Today, I go want to take una back for where it all began, on the streets of our towns, from Boya to Bamenda, Kumba to Kumbu. 6 years ago, these are the voice of the street of Ambazonia speaking.
For France to back off, they should leave our own system. We have a proper means to organize our educational system. We have proper means of our health system. It's a time for freedom. They colonized us, and now is the time. We were mental slaves, but now is the time we are spiritually positive. And the fight is bigger than they can think. The fight is bigger than they can think. Now is the time.
The people rose in their hundreds, in their thousands, in their hundreds of thousands, and in their millions in one voice to oppose and reject Cameroon. It all started with one man, one case in La République du Cameroon Supreme Court, where the case submitted under the Cameroon commercial laws by Harmony Bogba on behalf of his client in English was rejected because he could not submit the documents in French. That was the immediate cause. The common law lawyers then gathered themselves from Boya to Bamenda, then decide and then make a choice, and they send a memorandum to Mr. Paul Biya, the President of the Republic of Cameroon, demanding two things. Give us federation, or we will break out for outright independence of the former British Southern Cameroons. After Mr. Paul Biya received the memo, he ignored them. All diplomatic corps in Yaoundé were informed about this demand of our lawyers, the common law lawyers. They represent the interests of the people, and when they decide to create the Common Law Bar Association, separate from the Cameroon Bar Association, the common law lawyers were refused entry into the Cameroon court as they proceed to the Bamenda High Court, where they were rejected and they were turned back by Cameroon occupation forces. They descended into Bamenda Liberty Square, where they took on the stage and bring the problem back to the people where it belonged. Una here as Harmony Bogba, the elected president of the Common Law Bar Association, now Crimson, the Ambazonian Bar Association, speaks.
Almost 3 hours back, we promised the SDO that we are gentlemen, we are peaceful, and we have never meant any violence. I want to congratulate you for being very civil, because we do not intend to cause any trouble. Our idea is to make our point heard. It is now more than a month that we have been on strike after having notified the government about our dissatisfaction with the erosion of the common law. Since our inaugural conference of the common law lawyers on the 9th of May 2015, that was followed by the declaration, which was a reminder to government on the 13th of February 2016. Thereafter, we had no response, and we have issued a series of communiques to the President of the Republic because his Minister of Justice has arrogantly and recklessly refused to listen to us. We have never been called to any dialogue. We have filed the matter in the Constitutional Council, and the Constitutional Council has decided to be slowest on it. I am sure the next thing they will tell us is that their hands are tied. We have come to the public because we are the ones starving. Because we are not going to work, it means we are not making money. We are fasting. But we want the world to know that it is by such sacrifices that true democracy is established and sustained. There are a number of things we have decided. After carefully analyzing the situation of the common law, we found out that the only way we can protect the common law is to have the Cameroon common law bar. Understand me clearly. The Cameroon common law bar is not a contradiction of our membership of the Cameroon bar, so long as we are respected in our aspirations. I say this because we have young advocates who are undergoing training. We want them to graduate. We went to court today. They refuse us to enter the court. If they refuse us from being common law lawyers, that would be a visa for us to exit.
That will be a visa for us to exit.
And we want to make it very clear that many other civil society organizations have indicated their support of our action, our peaceful action. CATU is particularly mentioned here with TAG, the Taxi Drivers Union, the Professional Drivers Union, and we thank them immensely for it. And I will not stop from saying that the entire public of this country, even our Francophone colleagues, they have given us their commendation for making sure that the country does not die from a heart attack because of a blood clot. The blood started clotting, and we decided now to take children aspirin, which is this street demonstration.
The teachers union, the bike drivers union, the market women, the whole civil society of the British Southern Cameroons, Ambazonia, or the so-called Anglophone Cameroons, they came together in one voice in answering the call that was launched in the public by the common law lawyers to demand for one and only solution: federation or outright independence of our territory. As they gathered themselves in the consortium to represent the interests of our people and our territory, La République du Cameroun banned the consortium, thereby creating an injustice, denying our people the right of political association and political organization. This injustice is what Honorable Weber said: when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes the duty. It was clear at that very moment that we were two people of two separate territories and two countries.
From Manu, from Meme, Kupe Manenguba and Dian, from Fako, and those from the diaspora, that is Douala and Yaoundé, we are taking you to
Those from the diaspora. The diaspora means a distant alien foreign land in Douala. The common law lawyers, they took their stand, they pinned their foot on the ground, and they said, enough is enough. The same common law lawyers who brought the protest, who brought the revolt, who brought the issues up to the people that led to the rising of Ambazonia, the Ambazonian uprising, have turned their back and are in the verge of betraying the cause for which they stood for, while their comrades and their fellow barristers languish in La République du Cameroun concentration camp, some across the border into Biafra and Nigeria, some in the United States, scattered around the world. Some of them have decided to betray their own vote, a vote that was unanimous by all Cameroon Ambazonian extract common law lawyers to vote for the creation of a common law bar association. Some of them betrayed the cause in 2018 and participated in the Cameroon Bar Association as executive member representing the bâtonnier, the French Cameroon civil law president in our territory. We have had enough. We have played a blind eye, and they have been there, they have done nothing, and there is nothing to show for. Today, in this year, 2022, the Cameroon government have set the date for January to organize another Cameroon Bar Association, with the hope this time to elevate the common law bar association members into high positions representing our territory in that institution, and thereby demonstrating to the world that we are one people. We have engaged with Ambazonians, Bar Association, Common Law Bar Association members across the national territory, from Maninguba to Fako to Meme to Lebialem. They are making the case that they have to go there to be in the house and fight the same politics that was being played by Nijon Fundi, who was trying to justify that we need parliamentarians and senators within the system to fight and speak for us. Ladies and gentlemen, our people have had enough. When Fundi had majority opposition members of parliament, what did they do? We all know that the Cameroon legislature is a paper tigers, a hand-clapping institution that has nothing to do with making laws. They are there to validate laws written in the Jacuzzi in Etudi by Mr. Pobia Bivondo. That argument is only an excuse for people who are looking after their stomach, while some are fighting for the future and the betterment of Ambazonia. Some want to go and seize opportunity for their own stomach at the cost of compromising the stance and principles behind Ambazonian independence struggle. No, 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 no. We shall not allow ourselves and justify the imposition of house nigger, house slaves, taskmaster, who want to be there in the house of the master in Yaoundé to speak and beg bread for us to be able to eat crumbs. We don't want people to negotiate for our release in jail while we continue to live as third-class citizens, as slaves and a colonized people. No, no, no. Our people have demanded for no political participation. Independence means independence. Like the president of the governing council, the leader of our war of liberation have said, participation in this election of the Cameroon Bar Association, being a candidate, is perpetuating the recolonization of our territory and justifying Cameroon war against our people in the name of one Cameroon, something we are not a part of. The declaration that reiterates our independence have been made. Independence means independent. The Ambazonia Defense Forces, in enacting policies in line with the declaration of the President of the Ambazonia Governing Council, have banned with consequences and declared high treason for all common law lawyers who dare to participate in this election. Read my lips. Any Ambazonian lawyer, common law extraction, who is a born Ambazonians, if you participate in that election, even in voting, you have taken part in legitimizing the recolonization and to an extent justify the war being waged on our people, a war of subjugation and a genocidal war. You will be committing accessory to the crimes being committed by those who are the candidates. We have banned our lawyers from participating in that election, even in voting, and we have banned the candidates from participating. Any candidate who have not given us proof of his resignation or his withdrawal as a candidate from the election of the elective General Assembly that will take place on 18th of June 2022 should immediately leave Ambazonia, or you will be arrested and you will face the consequences of your action. I will read the names of the ones that have been provided by the common law lawyers who have filed in their candidature. Mafo, Barrister Mboya Gladys, Barrister Eba Toko, Barrister Nso Divina Mboke, Barrister Nke Emmanuel, Barrister Patrick Agbo Ndoko, Barrister Eno Agbo Benjamin, Barrister Mafo Gladys, Barrister Tani Thompson Ashu, Barrister Bernard Fonju, Barrister Sang George, based in Bamenda, Barrister Mbonge Divine, based in Kumba, and many other. The names are over 26 of them. Every common law lawyer have a duty to provide to us the names, address, resident, and background information of all those who are participating as candidate and all those who will, because there are always some stubborn flies who will participate in that election. All of them, they will be worse an enabler, worse traitor than the parliamentarians and the senators. You don't have the luxury to jump ship. You don't have the luxury to abandon the people halfway. You came to the public and the public rose up. Youth pick up guns to fight for the principle you stood up for. Today, you want to abandon them with guns in their hands, and you think there will be no consequences. The enemy within will be more haunted than the enemy without. All Ambazonian forces are authorized to pick up all the candidates and verify their status of candidature. As we identify each individual, within the next week, special squad will be set up on all the 13 states in Ambazonia to make sure traitors and enablers be brought to book. Independence means independence. Where is your honor? Where is your dignity? You sit together, all of you, more than 99% overwhelmingly voted to create the Common Law Bar Association to safeguard the common good of your people. Today, you want to become part of that same machinery, that same civil law society that has perpetrated itself over our territory. You want to legitimize it, you want to justify and provide legitimate support for a regime in the middle of an active war of genocide. God forbid. We will have no rest. As we chase the enemy, we will chase the enemy within more than we will chase the enemy from without. God bless you all. Capo Daniel, signing off.